Yeah, the People Podcast. Yeah, the People Podcast. I'm on it here to make you think and take them black to the basis. No gimmicks needed. Our melanin was designed for this greatness. Power is created, the most high, assigned to the favorites. We win as a nation, it's mutual. Young black man, you enough. Ladies, you beautiful. Don't let them tell you different. Your energy can't be shifted. Created, nor destroyed. That's a scientific fact, so opinions is all forward. This is higher learning, higher conscious awareness of self. This that undisputed, undefeated, and in the belt. This your grandma cooking on Sunday morning. Don't touch the fridge. God is good all the time and all the time. Yeah, you did. This is music for the mind. Lyrics to touch your soul. Melody for high frequencies.
Yes, sir. We are back once again with another episode of Black to the Basics, aka the People's Podcast. I am your host and one half, Mr. 52 the Boss, here with my co-host.
It's your boy Jerv, man, checking in. What's going on, people? How's everything
Fresh,
going
I'm
now?
Fresh, I'm gonna tell you why I'm
Oh,
mad.
we
You know what
got
I'm
a
saying? I'm
technical
gonna tell you why I'm
difficulty.
mad.
Oh,
You
you
know what I'm
starting
saying?
off
Mad
with
yet?
telling why you mad.
We not mad. It's gonna be a good one today.
My
We
man
not mad
on
yet,
one.
though, man. What's going on, brother? How's everything?
Hey man, it is lovely. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, as they say. It's a great day to be alive. Great time. It's getting a little. We ain't quite there yet. We got about a month and some change for it temperature drop where I needed to be. But it's
Yeah,
definitely starting to cool off a little bit, like 10, 15 degrees here in the A. But hey, I'm thankful for all of it.
yeah, I am, man. I actually, I got my suits ready, and I'm not talking about like your Sunday suits. I got my Nike outfits ready for the wintertime this year. Is different.
What you
I'm
got
in
some
the
breakaway junks, dog?
Nah, I don't do those. So, man, I got the Nike Techs on deck. You feel me? Shout out to my coach getting me right. I can finally get in the Nike Techs. Now, you know what I'm saying? I got my regular, you know what I'm saying? I'm just ready to throw my hoodie on, you know what I mean? I'm ready, man. It's been 1,000 degrees all summer, depending on where you've been at. I
This
know it's
this is what you could this is what you complain about the whole time. I'm ready for it to be hot, man.
it
I,
was
I, I
because
like
it
the hot
just
weather. You you
yeah, it
you
was.
asked for it the whole summer, and now you
It
got it.
was a
You complaining.
different kind of hot, man. Like you didn't you I went to Texas, so I was in 110, 112, 115 degrees. I went to Florida in the height of their heat wave, and then it's been extremely hot here in Georgia. So I'm ready for the fall, honestly, man. So I'm glad it's here. I'm good to go, man. So
Yeah.
what anything else you looking forward to? I know it's the county fair and state fair and
Oh yeah. Starting this
regional
weekend.
fair season popping up. You know what I'm
Starting this
saying? So
weekend, all the fairs and festival pop off. I'm doing all the local Jones. I'm doing the big Jones in Georgia.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely hitting NC for the state fair. It's a great time. The world is open back up for a lot of things, and the fairs and festivals is definitely first on the list for the Weeks household. So Weeksville is definitely looking to pull up on some state fairs, some festivals. We're
Yeah.
gonna eat good. So like I said, we're gonna start that I think this weekend. It's a couple, I think it's a couple this weekend. I actually just went to a Muscadine festival, which was
Is it
dope.
muscadine or muscadine? Like, cause I heard
It's
people here say it both
interchangeable.
ways.
It depends on
Okay,
where you from. It
I
depends on where
just
you
want to
from.
make sure,
I
cause
think in the South they may say muscadine. Up north they may say
okay,
muscadine. Either of the
okay,
two, it's season for it right now. It really pops off to about August, mid-August to like the first, sometimes the second week of October. So I actually lucked up because I stay out here in the country. So in the country, you have a lot of country scenery, a lot of things going on, a lot of farms. So to my surprise, I stayed 20 minutes from a actual muscadine farm. So I actually was just going to a festival. I didn't know it was actually going to be a farm where you could pick your own muscadine. So that was a dope experience for me, the wife, and the kids. We got to experience that live, and 10 times better than going to the grocery store. And I love Publix. Publix cannot be touched. It come from the Garden of Eden, but getting it straight from the farm, it was complete different. We got much more great value. Not only that, man, they even had little food out there, right? So they had one of the, I don't know if it was like the Elks Lodge Club type joint, but it was one of
okay,
those where they make their own sausages and all the joint like that. So man, they had burgers and sausages and snacks and all types of stuff for the low though.
okay,
So prime example, I had like two burgers. Wife had a burger. And I ain't talking about like a regular burger. I'm talking about cheese, bacon. You know, wife got onions and all that on the sausage. Had that. Kids had food, chips, and all that. We probably spent like $25
Oh,
for
that's not bad
everything.
at all.
Yeah. so,
Not bad at all.
so hey, we racked up in that joint. So man, we got to get some muscadine grapes. Got to enjoy some entertainment. Um, got a live dude doing. He had the one band, one sound. He literally was the vocalist. He was playing the piano. He also had a drum beat that was going with it. He was setting up like he had a whole setup,
Yeah,
man.
one man band. I got you.
Hey, he was killing it. I had to tip him. I said, man, what's your cash app or something? Luckily, I had a few. I still had some cash left because I was expecting to spend much more on food. But man, we had a great time this weekend, like I said. And now we know this weekend officially this is where the real festival starts. So I'm definitely looking to go get some deep fried Oreos, some funnel cakes, and hopefully win some prizes, man. It's been we've been on the little shutdown because of the country and the world been shut down. So hey, we ready to come home with a prize, man.
No, listen, I totally agree, man. Homecoming is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? You got the fairs going, and so it's a definitely a great time. You know what I'm saying? My baby's birthday is coming up, so
Mhm.
got some stuff planned for her. You know what I'm saying? Disney on Ice will be here next week, so
Mhm.
she doesn't know it yet, but I'm taking the little one
Oh,
on
ain't
the
that
Friday
nice?
night. You know what I'm
Such a
saying?
good dad.
I'm gonna let her dress up. You know what I'm saying? And then just gonna be me and her that
Now,
evening,
you
man.
gonna dress up too, or
No, come on, man. We're not doing that. I know this is a clean show,
come
but I
on, man?
almost almost said something to you right
Come
quick,
on,
man.
man.
What?
You
No,
gotta you
not
gotta
dressing
stop
up. I
being
got
like that, man.
I have a
Come on, man.
T-shirt that says Princess Security on it, and I got my little shades, and
You
I'm gonna
still
be.
gotta come on, man. You gotta
No,
stop
I
being
don't.
like that, man.
No, I don't. I'm good. So,
Give her the full
let's
experience.
moving. She's going to get the full experience. She gets
Okay,
to dress up and she get to see her character. So, moving right along. You know what I'm saying? Like, no dressing up. It's not Halloween yet.
this
You
dude
feel me?
is a
So,
hater, man.
I'm gonna have my princess security shirt on. You know what I'm saying? I've been, I'm getting a little swole. You know what I'm saying? So they know. You know what I'm saying? This is Precious Cargo walking through the arena. So she's gonna get the full red carpet
This
experience.
guy
But as far as me dressing up, nah, dog, it's not gonna, it's not gonna happen. You
cheating
feel
that
me?
baby
So
out there. Hey, man,
nah,
but
she's gonna get her.
nah, you see how you do? It's like you go. Don't
No,
give it
she's
a
gonna have a
halfway.
great.
Give her the full
She,
experience.
she's gonna have the full experience. She's got the princess package. She's gonna get to meet the people, and it's gonna be a whole month earlier before her birthday. So I don't
This
know what
guy
else, Sal. What else would you want from me, dog?
just hanging around.
Yeah, just hanging around. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man. Shout out to Logan out there. Even though your dad won't give you the full experience, it's all good.
Yes,
Y'all know
sir.
we can't start any show without first talking to the people, and for that, I got to have that talk to 'em 52. So I told y'all, man, I'm super excited. It's the holiday season coming up as far as Halloween coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the good things. And this time when it get a little bit colder, people want to get a little bit closer to family. And today, I just want to talk to y'all about compassion. Showing a little sympathy, a little compassion, a little love for people. I know we live in an age of social media where everyone has something to say on social media. You got all these warriors. But a lot of y'all out here are lying. Not only lying to people, but you're lying to yourselves. You're out here spreading all these vicious lies, rumors. You talking about people crazy, talking about their kids, talking about their family, talking about their situations, and you are blaming it on social media. I'm here to tell you, you're lying to yourself. Who you are inside, how you feel about whatever's going on in your life is a reflection of you. It has nothing to do with social media. Media is just giving you a platform to speak those things that you feel deep down in your heart. So when you see your friend get a new house, get a new car, a new job, and you hit them with the must be nice. Everybody ain't able. Must be nice. All those things like that, those little hate comments and the little shade that you throw, it's just a reflection of how you really feel. So I want y'all today, man, if you listen to the sound of my voice, man, let's practice being a little bit nicer. Show a little more compassion for people. A lot of people are going through things that you wouldn't even imagine, and they're living with it every day. But you have these social media warriors that hide it behind keyboards and screens and camera phones and all these good things. And they're making these excuses as if the reason they are acting the way they are is because of social media. it's because they're trying to fit in with a trend or a topic or whatever the case may be. And it's all in fun and harm and no harm intended, not mean to offend. But it is offensive. People have lives, people have family, people have brands, people have things to protect. And the way you're going about it is just not the right way. So I challenge you today to step outside, take a little break from social media, put your phone down. Don't let that be the first thing you do when you get up. Don't let that be the last thing you do before you go to sleep. When you have free time, don't hop on social media. Go out there and check on one of your friends, check on one of your family members, see how they doing. Like I said, it will be much better for you to do that so you can get some of that hate about your heart and be there for people, man. People are really in need to have that shoulder, that sounding board to lean on. So if you're out there listening, take a little break from social media and stop blaming all your problems on social media. That's all I got to say, man. That's my talk 252, man.
Let's go, man. Listen, that's you right on time, man. I'm not gonna tell you why, but you right on time, brother. Just I'm gonna leave
Oh,
it at that. You right on
okay.
time.
Hey,
So
let's go ahead and keep it moving, man. Y'all know
let's
what
get
time it is. It's
let's get right into
time
it.
for the Players Lounge.
Let's get it. Already know what the Players Lounge is gonna be about today. You feel me? Like
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna state the obvious,
Get it
okay?
out
I'm
the
just
way.
gonna
Get it out the way, man.
no, because I know you think I'm where I'm going. I'm
I
not
know
even gonna
exactly
go
where you
there. You know, I'm not gonna go there. Okay. I pray
Okay,
to
go ahead.
promise I'm not gonna go there. But
Okay.
we're gonna start off in Colorado. The
Yes.
stars were out, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, the red carpet, you had everybody from
Yes.
Cameron to
Yes, sir.
Wu-Tang Clan to Stephen A to Shannon Sharp. It was a
T.O.
movie
Yeah.
scenes, T.O. out in Colorado over the weekend. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
to the what is it, the Buffalinos. I don't want to disrespect them because there was a lot of that going on pre-game with
Mm-hmm.
the coach from Nebraska talking a lot of trash and disrespecting the players of Colorado. The players were on the field
Mm-hmm.
before the game. I was impressed to see Shiloh go out there. He didn't say anything. He just held up his wrist like, "Hey, you know,
Oh,
we
Shador.
different." Shador, that's what I meant. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My bad.
Mm-mm.
Shador. We
Mm-mm.
different. You know what I'm saying? You talk trash, I'm just gonna hold up, something that probably your whole tuition is on my wrist. And I'm gonna go out here and light the scoreboard up. So it was a good game.
Yeah.
It was a lot of great games going on this weekend, man. But I have found myself to be more tuned in to what Colorado's got going on just to see
Yes,
um,
sir.
the growth and just hey man, it was great football all around this weekend, man. So
Yes.
shout out to Colorado and Coach Prime and those players once again. I'm going to ask the question: do you believe? I believe. I think they got something special. A lot of people tuning in to see them lose, but come on, man. Just like with Floyd, you got to
Good for TV.
celebrate greatness because it doesn't like they're going anywhere. So get used to it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So they're gonna cause a force. Um, don't know if you caught USA men's basketball team again. They lost over the
So
weekend
they
as
didn't even
well.
win the bronze?
No, they
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
They didn't win anything. Well, you know what? At this sound that
You had
sounded
to
kind
say
of
like
petty.
they didn't win
Yeah.
anything.
No,
They
I didn't.
just
I didn't. No, I
they just
didn't. I
out
didn't.
there.
They're just hanging around. But no, shout out to the players from around the world. However, the big stir up is, as soon as they lost or right beforehand, I know LeBron I think he posted a picture of like the Eiffel Tower because the Olympics are going to be in Paris
Paris.
next
Yes,
year.
sir.
So he's announced that he's committed to playing for Team USA along with Steph, KD, Anthony Davis,
Jason
Kyrie,
Tatum, yeah.
Jason Tatum. There's going to be a lot of talent to represent the United States
Mhm.
next year. So I think the world kind of celebrated early, and what Dylan Brooks said, he pokes the Bears. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be different. I think they're really gonna smack teams by 50 or 60. Like this is gonna be Steph's first Olympics that he's played in. So to see all these guys
Oh,
come
really?
together and
I didn't realize that.
yeah, he
Wow.
has never played in on USA Olympic team. So I think
Wow.
that's gonna be a sight to see him Kyrie in the backcourt. Like, first of all, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do with that? Like, it's gonna be a problem. And then you got KD, you got LeBron. It might get ugly
It's
real
gonna be
fast.
exciting to see.
It's gonna be exciting. So I will be tuned in for that, man. So that's pretty much. Oh, and this great opening weekend of football, by the way. I just
Yeah.
shout out to all the players and the teams that went out there. It was great football the entire weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
Keep
happy.
going.
No,
Keep
I'm just
going.
happy. I'm just
No.
happy.
No.
We got great football. That's
I'm
all.
gonna
You know
take
what I'm
your I'm
saying?
gonna take your card if you don't
I may or may not have
show the
on a
real
certain
appreciation
color.
that you
You
really
know what I'm
had.
saying? No, I just want to say the shout out to all the people
Show the
that
level of appreciation you had when you called me in the
no,
second quarter.
I did. I did call you because, just like what Dion said, do you believe? I tried to tell people that the defense is different. It's a different look. So
Yeah,
I'm just taking
y'all smacked the Giants 40
um
zip. They had the
was it
passing
40 zip?
controllers really.
Was it 40 zip?
Yeah, it was 40 to zip.
Shout out to my
They
man
should
Torrance
have
because
passed the controller in the
I know he
second quarter.
listens. I know he listens. Shout out to my pops. I know you listen. Yeah, I know you're Giants fan. So shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. That's
Mm.
all I got to say, man. I'm just gonna be humble. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I should do. I'm just gonna throw up the wrist.
Hey, well,
Thanks, man.
since you shouting out teams, shout out to the North Carolina
I
Central
was about to
University
ask you. I was about to mention
who
that. I was about to mention that.
who beat A&T, you know what I'm saying, which is only our rivalry. We've been rivaling, going at it for years. And if you know anything about rivalry in college, when you play your rivalry team, you catch that dub, it's nothing better. You
It's
got some bragging rights for it. So hey, it was fun to see people talking trash on timelines and texting people. Hey, and
yep.
what's happening? What y'all gonna do? So that it was definitely great. But like you said, college football, it definitely was great. I know a lot of people were also
Yes.
excited to see Alabama get smacked because
Yes, that was. I mean, I wasn't excited for them to lose, but that was a good game. Like it was.
boy, Texas put on the show.
Yeah,
They
it
put on the
did. It
show.
just showed they're newly. I think they just joined the SEC. I could be wrong,
Mhm.
but I know it's a lot of teams switching conferences.
Switching,
But
yeah.
the good thing for me when I saw after Alabama won, the fans were talking a lot of trash to Texas. There was a lot of things that were said. Not going to repeat on the show. Just goes
Mhm.
to show you what people really think about you. You know what I'm saying, or at least athletes or players. So even though they were
What?
talking to the
Yeah,
opposing team, these are
they
your
don't care.
fans. So if they're
They
talking to people that look like you,
yes,
they don't care about you.
they
Only
don't
what
care.
count how many points you can put on the scoreboard. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. And
Oh,
that's
and
all we
before you
got.
end your players
Oh, go
lounge,
ahead.
we
Go
gotta
ahead.
shout out Coco Golf for winning her first US Open. Shout out to
Oh,
Coco
yeah.
Golf.
You know what?
19,
I apologize.
only
I
19, killing it.
I apologize. Full circle when she was I think I can't remember how old she was, but she attended the same event as a
Well, she was
child
like
and
10 in that one. Yeah. She was like 10.
then win it. So, life
Youngest one
works in
since
mysterious
Serena, man.
ways. Yeah, man. So,
Killing it. They talked all that trash about her making. Oh, she making the scene. She trying to. Yeah, go ahead, crown me. Go ahead, crown me.
I'm just let this be a lesson to people, man. Listen, just don't talk trash too early, regardless of the sport or anything in life, because it may not always work out in your favor or how you think it's going to act. So that's all I got for the Players Lounge. You know what I
Shout
mean?
out to everybody.
So I'm just gonna get right into it, Weeks. I know you probably had something up your sleeve today, man, but I'm just gonna go get right into it. If you don't mind, I'm gonna just take the episode today because
Do
the
you
Talk
think?
to Him 52,
Do you think?
it really spoke to me, right? Now we didn't talk at all. This was not
Okay.
planned, so this is just mysterious how God works. You know what I'm saying? So I had the pleasure of going to church with my aunt, my uncle, my wife, and my kids
Mm-hmm.
on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my uncle. You know what I'm saying? He is a walking miracle. He has Alzheimer's disease, and they thought he was not going to make it about a year ago. But he's here. He's alive. He's healthy. Still walking and talking, doing the things that he was, here to do. The message in church was conflict resolution, right? And it was a very, very good sermon. So it got my wheels turning. It got a lot of things going on. So today, I want to talk about some conflict and some resolution. Can we do that today?
Let's
You know
get
what
it.
I'm
Let's
saying?
get it. Let's
Let's
get
get
it.
it, man. So we're gonna jump right into it, my brother. So what do you feel, right, has been the main reason or the most common reason a lot of conflicts happen amongst our people?
two of the main reasons I would definitely say pride is definitely something that we wear that badge of honor. Pride coupled with maybe probably respect is definitely one. A lot of people are willing to die and do whatever for respect. And I think the last one to me that I have always felt has been true is the fact that people can't think beyond themselves, meaning they can only think within themselves. Like if I do something right now, I'm not worried about who else is affected by that. If I go do
Okay.
something to harm you, I'm not worrying about how your family is affected. If you got a wife, if you got a kids, if you got parents,
Because it's all
girlfriends,
about me in that moment.
right? It's about you in that moment. And I think, coupled also with all other things I said of respect and things like that, I think those definitely are things that turn the temperature up on situations. When you feel
Okay.
disrespected, someone does something to dish you, make you feel out of character. I mean, make you feel a certain way. You have a duty, so to speak. Sometimes you feel like you have a duty to show just who you are, where you from, and what you're capable of. I think those are some of the bigger contributing factors for a lot of the conflict that we have now.
Okay.
What
No,
about yourself?
I feel you, man. I feel you on that, man. I feel like for me, I just think that the respect thing, I don't think people see other individuals as people. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how
Yeah,
I'm feeling, right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So we can be out somewhere and I can bump into you, right? Not saying this happens all the time, but I could bump into you. I can say, oh, my bad. You know what I mean? Whatever situation is, you have somebody turn around like, oh, yeah, I know it's your bad. Or whatever situation is like,
for
oh,
that strap.
I just apologize to you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So because I made a mistake, but because I don't see you as a person or I don't
Mm,
value you or your life pretty much,
yeah.
I'm on go. Like,
Mhm.
what you mean? So I feel like that is the number one reason that I feel like a lot of conflict. Like it's like you said, like it's pride or not having the ability to talk things out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we just revert back to violence. That's because we're always on go. Like you can go out anywhere and see, particularly black men, right? And I know this is not kind of fair to say this, but if you walk around and look, a lot of us are always on defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you don't really see a group of gentlemen together and then somebody's not always looking like on point, like, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
this person gonna do something like, man, I want to go out and enjoy myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say all the time, like, the ladies, the women, they go out, they have brunches and they don't be mean mugging like, oh,
Living
what
it
this
up.
person gonna do? They be like, yo, give me another mimosa. They enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, we go out and the first thing we got somebody, okay, if this pop off, we're gonna do this. This pop off, just why can't we go somewhere without just, hey, we going to have a good time? You know what I'm saying? Avoid all conflict. And if
Mm.
there's conflict, let's try to talk it out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why conflicts happen so frequently with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you think of a time where you had a serious conflict with someone? Yeah, you
Oh
want to
my
talk about it? And it could be
when,
family.
what
Listen,
time in my
listen,
life?
listen. It could
I've
be
been I've,
family,
I've been
friends. What
having real
just
life beef with people for a
yeah,
while.
yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that because we're gonna get to that too. So let's talk about it, man. So, what was the time you had a conflict with somebody where it was pretty deep?
I I would say this. I've had people have issues with me. I don't necessarily as much have other issues with people. I have been a firm believer of kind of speaking your truth and standing in that, and kind of, if I feel a certain type of way, I try to express that in the moment versus waiting and like, nah, like if I felt like you slighted me in a certain way, I'm like, hey dog, like, nah, that wasn't cool. Or like, hey, I know we joking, but let's not do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I try my best to do that because I'm a person that once I feel like a certain thing or get to a certain level, it's like it's nothing you can really say to me at that point. So I try to
Okay,
make sure I don't get to a point where I'm upset because then I'm gonna act off emotions, and I try to make sure I keep my intelligence over my emotions.
okay.
So in that regard, I try to handle situations straight up. But to my surprise, a lot of people have issues with me that I don't know about. I find out third party.
Come on,
that's
man.
that's
So,
the
so
story of
what?
my life.
So what you out here doing to these people weeks? Like,
No,
what's going on?
I Trust me, if I knew that, I would be selling it in the ebook right now. Trust me,
So
I'd be on TikTok selling the ebook.
you got a bunch of conflict out here that you don't
Right.
know nothing about.
Yeah.
Like,
I have rarely have I heard someone have a issue with me and bring it to me, or like Dave said, "Hey, yo, let me pull you to the side. Let me holler at you." Like that really almost never happens. What
okay,
I hear is I'll chill it with you, and you be like, "Hey, you know, my man Mike, he ain't really rock with you, dog." Like, what I do? Yeah,
Mhm.
he said he ain't really. Okay, well, hit him up. I'm a person. If someone say, "Hey, this person got an issue with you," I'll call you. If somebody said, "Yo, Irv," he said, "Whoopty whoop," hey, dog. Hey, if it's somebody like you, I know. All right, get out of here. But if it's somebody like I don't know, and I'm like, we cool, like, dog, like we got beef, like what's going
Right.
on? I don't want that on my heart to have the beef with somebody, because I'm a person. I got to get it off my chest. I can't sleep. Like I'm up all night. Like nah, I got to talk about it. So I can't
Okay.
let stuff happen. But I can definitely say people have an issue with me, maybe because of how I move. I don't know, Irv. I don't know.
Listen,
I'm
I'm
trying
trying
to
to.
figure out that for 39.
We trying to get to what the conflict is and the resolution. So I need more than just I don't know. Cause
No,
like, no,
if
I'm
I
just messing
had
with
to,
you.
okay, if I had
No.
to guess why people have issues with me, I'm just a very different person, yo. Like I move different in a sense. Like I'm to myself, but also I believe in me more than anything else in life. Like I don't wait for people to give me the blessing, give me the flowers to say, "Hey, you good job" or whatever. I just believe in me more than anything else, and more than anyone else believes in me. So in that regard, people kind of take me of having the confidence that I believe in myself. I guess they take that, a lot of that can be taken for arrogance, or I think he all that, who he think is this way.
Okay.
But if you think about it, I don't really mess with nobody. Like my confidence, or quote unquote what people perceive to be arrogance, is just me believing in myself. I don't say that you can't do it, or hey, I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I can do. And I think sometimes that bothers people. We
Okay.
talk about Prime all the time, and how many times people are like, oh, he think he all that, he think he's great, but it's like he has the work to back up everything that he's talking about.
Got the
So it's not
resume.
right. He's not just him just talking. It's the same thing. If I'm telling you I'm going to do something, or something's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. It's going to happen. And I just have always just believed in myself enough, and for whatever it is in life, and never really listen to what other people say. And I guess that bothers people, makes people feel a certain way. If you know what you want to do, and you figured out why are you here on this earth, it can rub people the wrong way, because it makes them look at themselves and they feel like, well, what's wrong with me? Or why he think he this and that? And it's like, I don't. I'm in my own bubble. I don't bother nobody.
Got
But
you.
like, as 50 say, I don't want trouble. When you tell me you got a problem, then it's a problem. But
I
other than
got you.
that, I don't want no beef. I'm not
Um,
that type of person. So that's all I could guess to say. Because like I said, I rarely have someone bring something to me. I can't think of a time, probably in the last 15 years, where someone has had an issue with me and brought it to me. Literally, like not even trying to be funny or anything.
no, I understand. Listen, man.
Now you being a hothead, I know you have
It's,
had many. You probably had one before you recorded today,
Had I had an issue today?
or
Oh,
at least
absolutely.
yesterday.
I
Exactly.
definitely, I
Exactly.
definitely did, but it wasn't my fault though. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing, right? If I reach out to you, okay, if you're busy and I hit your line, you send me the voicemail. Okay, I already told you, like that's already gonna be an issue with me. Just let that joint ring, or just hit
Do the
the.
exact same thing. You just do it via text. It's the
No, I
same
don't.
exact thing.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
tapped the
Go ahead.
button once. Okay,
Make your
so it
point.
silenced the tone. Okay, that's acceptable for me. All right. So then if I text you, say, hey, I need your help with something. Okay.
Yes.
I'm expecting whenever you get free to shoot me a text back or give me a call. Okay.
Right.
This happened on a Friday. Somebody didn't get back to me until Monday, and I needed their help
Oh.
prior to Sunday. So now we got a problem. Now we got an issue. However, cooler heads prevailed, and I was able to talk about it and talk through it to make the person understand why I had a conflict with them, because this was important. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, this was me back in the day. It would have been a different type of scenario. However, I'm
Always very
grown up. I'm no longer the hothead, sir. So Yeah, I learned to talk things out.
You just reserving you. It's the same thing. You can either catch the hands now, but now you take longer. Either way, you try to result in the hands.
No, it's the issue. The issue has been resolved. We talked about it. It was a misunderstanding, so we're good. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't get to that point where they could talk about things and resolve them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of myself. But I've had issues in the past with either different people, whether it be something from a respect level to one of your scenarios where I had no idea this person didn't rock with me or whatever situation is. I had a situation back in high school. Remember, we talked about in the last episode with MySpace, right? You know what I'm saying? Where Friday nights was a thing. You go to the football games. I took a picture with somebody. They posted it on their Facebook, on their MySpace page, right? I didn't know that this young lady had a gentleman she was dealing with at another high school. She took the picture with me, and now we go to the mall. Now it's a problem. Like, hey man, such and something. Like, I don't even know, dude. What's his issue? You took a picture with his girl. So once again,
your girl out here. Dang,
no, I'm not. I just took
He's stealing people's girl.
I just took an innocent picture with one of the homies, and I had no idea. So see how conflicts can happen. You have no idea why somebody has a problem with you, man. So has there ever been a situation that you were not able to resolve? Like there was a conflict and just no talking, no nothing. You just were at impasse, couldn't resolve.
You mean like we got to fight, or you just
anything? No, I mean it could be with a family member, like okay, like you know what I'm saying. It could be. It doesn't necessarily be like somebody you don't know.
I'm not gonna hold you. I am like the cut off king, dog. Like I cut you out the life.
I'm glad. Hold on. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Like I'm like a Marion. I got this ice box, but like it's like when I get to a point where I feel like you were showing me like I don't rock with you, or you make me feel a certain way, or trying to do whatever. I feel like you're trying to sabotage to do something. You don't exist to me, dog. Like when I say don't exist, like I can see you out in public and you can speak, and I would literally look at you like I've never seen you a day in my life.
So have you? Stay right there though. But before you get to that point, have you taken steps prior to getting to that point?
Here's my thing.
Okay.
My first step, I'm gonna call you. I don't do text when it comes to something serious. If I have to tell you something, anything important, I don't do a text. If I'm texting you something, it's just a quick, hey, I'm trying to be here, meet me here. It's like I'm meeting you somewhere, or it's a joke. If it's something serious, I'm never gonna text you. I'm never gonna talk to you so no type of message. I'm gonna call you. And most times, if I'm calling you, if we live in the same state, I'm calling you to see you in person. Not on some, I'm gonna see you, but I need to see your face, because people act real different when they on the phone. Right? When you're on the phone, people have a lot more courage and a lot more energy and a lot more, I told him this and that. But when you in somebody's face, and not even on like you some bully type joint, but the energy is a lot different when you talking to somebody face to face. Yeah. So my always thing is like, I want to see your face when I say whatever, so I can see how you react, so I can see where you really at. If you putting on a show for your little friends, your little yes men, or if it's really a problem. And most times you find out people just feed into what somebody else is telling them. And when that happens, it's like, okay, you fabricating something. So I'm always gonna have that first. But now after I try to have a conversation and you duck it, now I got a problem. Don't duck no conversation. Especially if you a dude. Don't duck no conversation. I don't care. Don't duck no conversation. I ain't ducking no conversation.
But it's a problem if I don't like people to decline my call, but don't duck the conversation.
Don't duck no conversation. I'm telling you. That's that's you talking about respect and like that's disrespect. Like don't duck a conversation.
Okay.
If you got beef with me and you said your piece, you can say whatever. You can curse me out, use all the expletives you want, say all that. That's cool. At least I know where you coming from.
Let me know where the person stand at. Right.
Don't duck no drink. Do some I'm 16 and I'm mad at you. Like, come on, man. Like be a man, stand 10 toes down. Say what you guys say.
So basically we just talk about it, right?
Say what you guys say. It ain't even it's not even on no like. It's gonna be a minute before I get to a point where I want to rumble with somebody. But if it get to the point, just know it's gonna go down. Like I
Okay, no
ain't
matter
no.
what.
If it get to that point, it's not like, oh, we're gonna resolve. No, if it get to a point like that, then I feel like as men, you gotta get it off your chest, and that's the problem with today. We
Okay.
don't really do that. We just get
So
mad. I'm gonna go grab the strap and whoopty woo and turn to something else. But yeah, but to answer your immediate question, I
you good?
always try to start with the mediation first. Let's have a
Okay.
conversation. That way, I'm in front of you, you in front of me. You can say your piece. If you want to escalate it to something else, if you want to turn it to something gangster, we can. If we want to be respectable,
Okay.
let's be respectable gentlemen. I'm cool with that. I don't have
I
no
got you.
problem. However whatever energy you on, I'm on the same thing. But I'm gonna level the playing field so it ain't no misunderstanding. Because text can be very misleading because
Right.
it's subjective to the reader. How you
Okay.
feeling that day? You might have a bad day. You reading the text. You like, what do you mean? Nah, I'm good. What you trying to say? You good? What you mean? I'm good. Yeah, I am good. What's up?
And for full disclosure, people, we still are the People's Podcast. We're not provoking any violence.
No, it's
okay?
not no violence. Just how you man, you know black men talk aggressive, man. This is how we talk.
No, I understand, but
Just-
you know, we
it's just
we may
real.
have some new listeners out there. You know, we got
Just-
people from
yeah, it's
we got
real.
people from
This is
across the
how
globe.
You handle your situation. You gotta have this real, honest conversation. People
Right.
are afraid to have real dialogue because at the end of the day, they know that when you really break down, when you say, okay, why you feel the way you feel, why you feel I slighted you. If you really had that conversation, I guarantee you 90% of the people couldn't even tell you why they felt a certain way or how they can't.
So let me ask you this though. So do you feel like society only promotes violence to solve issues? So like when you look on social media or the news, whatever situation, if there's an issue, 9 times out of 10, it's somebody pulling out their phone,
Yeah.
recording a fight, or a gun has been drawn, shots rang out. You know what I'm saying? That's all you see. You rarely see somebody saying, "Oh, I got a problem with you." Then the next person, "Oh, what's the
No.
issue? Let's talk about it." So do you
Talk,
feel like
nobody doing that? No,
No,
yes,
no,
we
so
promote that.
okay? So this why do you
Yeah,
feel like that's the only
100%.
option that
It's
we
not the
see?
only option, but it's like with anything else. When people have shows when they got sex on it, sex sells. It's gonna get with people's attention. When you watch all the shows and reality shows, the catalyst that make everybody watch is that you watching for the fight. They can show a preview of somebody possibly about the fight. They put you in situations that's going to conflict. If I got a problem with you, you got a problem with me. We don't see each other for a minute. They're gonna make sure that we meet up in the right place. So now, let's go see what happened. Let's get the cameras rolling. When people have an issue with something, sometimes people don't even really have things. But if I know I got a problem with Irv, I know what he gonna be at today. I know what Jimmy gonna be. I know whatever. Let me pull up on them, see it. And you got somebody recording. People are doing anything to show that pride that like I ain't scared. I ain't no punk. I ain't soft. I do whatever.
So what are you doing it for at that point, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I come from
It's
this.
all for the people.
Okay, I was
Because
just
think about
go ahead.
when we were younger. If you had an issue with somebody in your school and y'all would fight, and literally the hours later y'all be cool in the classroom chilling. Y'all.
I was just about to say that.
Y'all on the bus stop like nothing happened. Once y'all got y'all whatever out, it could be as simple as Irv. You know you can't beat me, dog. You really think you can beat dog? All right, let's go.
Yeah,
3 o'clock.
and then get to it, right?
Y'all go ahead and show. Okay, you got me on that. Dap it up. Y'all cool. You spend out their houses, no problem. Nobody is willing to, if it came to a point where you had to get into an altercation, like we gonna square up. Ain't nobody shooting a fair one and all right, we cool. Nah, they trying to pull out weapons and turn up the temperature and trying to bring more people and jumping you and trying to stomp you out and hit you with all types of things. And you know, they trying to end your lives. You know what I'm saying? They trying to end your life.
So why don't we don't promote the conversation piece of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure there's been issues or things that have happened that people talk about it, right? So it's like not everything has to be, you know, a violent act. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems like that's everything that you see. So for instance, like when King Von and what's the other Quando Rondo, their situation, and people, you know, tragically lost their lives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was like the media and people were like, "Oh, you gotta go do something. You gotta go get your lick back. You gotta go, you know what I'm saying, do this and do that." And then a report came out, and I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but it was that that an undercover cop is the one that actually was the one that took King Von's life at that point. You know what I'm saying? As far as
Yeah.
so once again, but now they put pressure on Dirk or his camp or people from Chicago, like, oh, y'all ain't did nothing yet. Quando
Mhm.
Rondo still around. So is that the only way to solve a conflict versus having? And this is gonna show my age again, but I don't know if you remember back in the day when Russell Simmons used to put together the hip hop summit where people artists had beef, right? So they would bring them together,
Watch this,
put
right?
them in the room, and they would talk about it and get it solved.
Yeah.
Why don't we have those things anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just from a celebrity level, just to your local level. Like, who do we go to be that mediator? You know what I'm saying? Between, if I got a problem with Weeks, who can
Mhm.
I go to facilitate a meeting to where we're not scrapping unless it comes to that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, from that regard, we don't really have those leaders in place like that who are looking to do that, because that is not the popular thing to do now. Now it's not about, think about, you're a huge hip hop fan. Think about the artists that are quote unquote conscious rappers. The people that are conscious rappers and really talking about something and really make you think, you got to listen to it 2, 3, 4 times and really get what they're saying. People don't talk about those rappers. They ain't, their music doesn't sell out as much. They don't have as many people as set their core people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not what's popular. That's not what's trendy. The people that really rock with these people, they diehard fans and get it, and willing to, hey, where you at? We gonna pull up on you. Okay, they're out there fighting for these people to get the recognition. There's many rappers that are conscious and really about something, and really not only talking about it, but are activists, entrepreneurs, are philanthropists, like giving back to the community, doing a lot of things. It just doesn't get promoted as much. So it's not that it's not happening. We don't get promoted as much because what's the thing that sells? Violence, drugs.
Violence.
So,
Yeah.
like violence, money. You know it. We in America too. You know the biggest thing here. Only thing respect is money and violence. That's
Money
it.
and violence and power.
That's
Yeah.
it. All right.
Yeah.
So think about the whole East Coast, West Coast joint when that time in the 90s, how serious that was. And
Yeah.
it really
Listen.
wasn't even no beef like that. But again, it's like once things start, you get into deep with it. Now you can't pull back because now you done already said whatever. Things have been said, things have been exchanged, people then lost their lives, people got hurt.
Yeah.
Now you gotta stand on it. You gotta, as they say in the wire, you gotta stand on the lie. We
Yeah.
gotta stand on that lie now.
So let me ask you this, man. So do you think that things can get to a point in a conflict, right, where they've gone too far, where talking it out is not an option? Like, is there ever a scenario that you could think of, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk. Talking
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah, men have that all the time. I
Okay.
feel like men have the right to not. I don't want to be sexist with it, but I feel like with men more so, we feel like when something is burning that deep, where you feel like you really, you got to get off your chest. You've always heard me say, like, if we in a situation and you see somebody and you like, man, I remember him from such and such, and you ain't in a position where you gonna cause yourself to get in harm where there's police or anything like that, and y'all can shoot the fair one, do you think? Because at that point, I feel like when you get to that point, you have to get it up off you. Because what
Okay.
ends up happening when you don't, you sitting on it, you thinking about it. Now you thinking to yourself, because you know what happens when you get with your thoughts.
Yeah, it could be a dangerous place.
He's
So
trying to do this in front of my family. Now you done turned up a temperature and escalated to something else.
So why do you think we hold grudges for so long? You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first person to tell you I am guilty of this. I am working on it. I'm just, listen, we got to keep it 100 for the people. So it's been scenarios, it's been people that I have had or had an issue with me, and
Mhm.
I have not been able to let it go because I'm a person where I got to say whatever it is, like right then and there. And if I don't have that opportunity, I feel like it was robbed from me. That
Yes,
bothers
that's
me.
my
That
point.
angers me.
You cannot sit
So,
on it. So it's like you have to get that up off you. It's like it will
so,
not
so,
go away.
so
You
why
gonna
do we
see
hold?
something remind you of it.
So why do we hold grudges for so long? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think
You
it's
could.
holding grudges. I just think you didn't get a chance to speak your piece, man. It's the same
Okay.
equivalent when you a kid and you in elementary school and you get a fresh haircut, somebody slap you in the back of your neck. You
That's gonna be a
want
problem.
revenge because they didn't got you. Like you
It's gonna
can't.
be a problem.
Right. Like until I get you back, I'm gonna chase you forever. I don't care if we in the 9th grade now and it's happening in the 4th grade. I didn't forget that. that weighs on people because certain situations, you don't know how that affects somebody mentally. You don't know how people feel when they feel disrespected. Because it's one thing if somebody do it if just you and that person. But if it's a group of people and you didn't sun me in front of a bunch of people, might be some ladies out there, might be in front of my girl, my family. Now people take that a whole
Now you got to
different
turn
way.
it up.
It's a whole different way because now it's the pride kick in. And once the
Okay.
pride kick in, the ego like, you really that dude. He can't really see you now.
So you
It's
got
like
the.
that good angel, bad angel
I was
talking
about to say
you.
you got the angel and the devil
Yeah,
talking to
you
you.
like, he ain't really that nice. I mean, everybody now you feeling like, I can take this.
Right.
And once you get to that level, it's a wrap. Once you get to the point where you got alone with your thoughts, it's gonna haunt you, dog. So I be trying, like I said, as much as I can, have the conversation. But like I said, it's rare that I have issue with someone and I don't bring it to them. So like I said, most of my issues has always been third party. I found out like months later, like, what? What you mean? What you mean John don't like me? John, we got a beef? I just seen him last week. Like, what do you mean?
Man, listen,
Just kicking it.
and I apologize for laughing, man, because you know me, though. I'm just, it's been scenarios where I've witnessed that happen to you.
I be so confused. Like, when did this? Where was I at when this happened? Like, was it brought to me? Like, did I miss it? I have to ask people, like, where was I at when this happened? Like, did they bring it to me? Like, did I miss it? Like,
apparently you were there. You just didn't want to see it from what I observed, and that's why I'm laughing, because the more you talk about that, it's like I've actually witnessed a few scenarios where like people have had an issue with you. You had no idea until
like I never knew that. And I think, like I said, I am someone that I'm not in nobody else's business. I don't care what nobody else got going on. I stay to myself. I don't bother nobody. I don't get in nobody drunk. I don't give people advice about drink. I'm just with me. And I guess sometimes people feel like if you ain't, out there putting all your business out there and tell everybody in the world that, you think you too good for this and that. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm just to myself. I ain't bothering nobody. So I don't get why somebody got to beef with me, but it's very strange.
So let me ask you a question, man. So does the phrase "I'm sorry" carry any weight nowadays? Like, hey, I'm sorry, Weeks, that I offended you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, such and such, that I did this to you. Do you feel like it? I'm sorry. Now here's the difference. There's a difference between an actual apology and somebody just saying I'm sorry just for.
So you said I'm sorry versus I apologize.
The word, just the phrase "I'm sorry." It can mean a bunch of different things. So do you think it carries any weight?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's my thing. Here's how I feel about that. It's very rare in my life that I apologize for something.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And it may sound harsh, but I feel if I have done something, I'm not going to apologize for it, because if I did it, I meant it, and I want you to feel a certain type of way. I'm still learning. God ain't through. He ain't through with me. But I want you to, if I'm trying to offend you, I'm not going to say something that kind of offend you. I want to hit you so hard with my offense that you like, dog, like you ain't had to, like, I want you to, every time you think about saying something to you, remember how I offended you.
Let's change scenario.
Hold on. Right. So most cases, it's rare that you don't get apologized from me. You got to be an elder or something like that.
What about if it's not intended? Like you've done something that you had no idea that you did something, and somebody brought it to you.
Rare. I'm not gonna, like, you have to.
So everything is intentional, is what you're saying.
Unless you're an elder. If you're older than me, then you might get an apology. If you're my age or younger, you can cancel Christmas on that. You will see Jesus before you get an apology from me. You crazy in your head.
Y'all heard it first, people. So you're not gonna get an apology from Mr. Weeks.
What? Apology? You better try Jesus, because you got a better chance of seeing him first before you get an apology from me. I'm sorry.
So for me, ladies and gentlemen, I've grown a lot. So if I have done something wrong, right, or done something to someone that I have no knowledge of, I can be the first to say, hey, listen, I'm sorry it offended you. I didn't mean it that way. Now, on the flip side of that, I do share Weeks' sentiment when it comes to, if I am talking to you a certain way, or if I've done something, I intentionally did it, so I'm not going to apologize for it, because I meant to do it. Now,
and that's the same thing. I don't now. On the same token, I'm not expecting an apology for you.
okay.
You know, I'm not gonna be like, yo, you gonna apologize. I might say, hey, dog, like, you know, I ain't appreciate how you did this, and this. And you can say, like, dang, my bad, dog. It wasn't even nothing like that. Like, I don't, but to me, I just feel like saying apology is really, it's you're really lying. Because you really meant it when you said it. So don't apologize for it now. To me, that's weaker.
So people listen,
Like,
people
stand on what you said.
People can't say things out of anger, out of frustration,
No,
out of
that's
hurt.
fine. But when you angry, that's what you already had anyway. You was just
Right.
holding it for the
You
right
just holding
moment.
it, going back to holding
Trust me,
grudges we talked
when I
about.
see people, when I meet people, I get 3, 4, 5 things on them. And if it ever come to a point where you say something reckless, just know that thing that I done held, I got it. And it's not
Okay.
that I'm trying to be malicious, but that's just how I protect myself. You know, I got to make sure that I always got to have a one-up. I'm just saying, I got to look out for me first.
So,
And if I'm not doing that, I'm doing myself a disservice.
so my understanding, so you got you got ammunition in the tuck for everybody.
Everybody.
Anybody
you
who
my mans. But if it ever goes south, we gonna have it's just what it is. You still gonna be my boy, but I'm gonna change the thing.
So I'm glad you're giving the information. So now I need to go ahead and load up the chamber.
You should.
the chamber for you.
But you gotta understand, man. Like, this is when I say, like, I say all this and I'm joking a lot of things, but there's a lot of truth. A lot of times you hear me say, you don't really know someone's past, you don't really know someone's life. I was the kid that was bullied and picked on and made fun of. So what I had to do, dog, I would get teased so much, dog. I would have to go home and I would have to practice jokes in the mirror. I would have to practice things. I would write. I had a notebook. Everybody I rode the bus with, everybody I had class with, I wrote their name. I had to write something I could say just in case they said something. And I used to practice that. Like,
Okay.
if it ever comes down, I'd be like, yeah, I be waiting for that.
So you
over
had your own
time,
little what's that movie, Kill Bill list? You just gotta
Yeah, I had a whole joint for that because eventually you get tired of being the kid that's picked on. You get
Okay.
tired of people making fun of you, how you look, how you sound, how your body look, all those things, you know, how you dress, all those things. At some point, everyone has a breaking point.
Okay.
I didn't do nothing crazy and go out and fight people. I just embarrassed them so bad that they would never want to say anything to me.
Okay.
I would say stuff so bad, they'd be like, I'm never gonna talk to you again type joint. Like, I was just that vicious with it. Like, I would just practice 3, 4, and then I would think of level up. Okay, if they say this, because again, I was a kid that was.
So this was your defense mechanism, pretty much.
That was how it protected me. Because again, you get tired of going home and you mad. They didn't clown you. They didn't talk about your shoes. They talked about man.
So why did you feel like you couldn't just talk it out? Like, hey,
how was I gonna talk about? You got a whole bus roasting you, dog.
I'm just asking.
You got people calling you, dog. They used to call me headquarters. They used to call me alienation.
That's
they
crazy.
call me cone heads. They call me
that's
Star Trek with forehead. Like, I got so many jokes. They said my head didn't grow into my body didn't catch up to my head. Like, yo, I got you could hula hoop through a tree. Like,
so, but you didn't try to talk it out. You didn't try to say, hey, that offended me.
No, it was either I'm gonna have to put a hit list for real and really have to handle y'all, like, or
retaliate with a joke.
So what I did, I went home, I got my journal, I wrote every person name that I rode the bus with, every person name I had a class with, anybody I interacted with my neighborhood, I wrote everybody's name in the book, and I would be in the mirror at night. Yeah, well, that's why your mom look like this. You look. I would practice every single joint, and then I got to a point when I got to middle school, I can do it just in a second. So I'll look at you. Hey, what's good? It's your man, Mike. Okay, how you doing, Mike? Okay, 1, 2, 3, got you. Okay, I know what I gotta say. Like, and that just been my thing. Okay. So as I got older, it came like just jokes. Like, now I don't try to maliciously say so. It might be like a ha. You know, I always got a joke for anybody. That's just my thing. But now it's just lighthearted. But no, if you ever turn up the temperature and we get to something else, just know them jokes gonna fly, and I'm gonna talk about everything. I mean, everything. So
let me ask you this, man. Because we, what are some things we could do to stop like the violence, right? And get to a place where, you know, I see you as a person versus jumping to violence to solve conflicts. Like, what's your thoughts? Like, what can we do?
We gotta stop making excuses first and blaming other things, blaming circumstance, blaming situations, blaming disorders, mental health. You got to get to the point where you've been honest with yourself. If you're in a position where you feel you have to get things off your chest or turn up the temperature for it, you got to talk to somebody first. Talk to somebody. Like, have a conversation with somebody before you decide to do whatever. To have a conversation with somebody and really see, like, is this really what I want to do?
Mhm.
I know in the heat of the moment it's not easy, but shout out to my man Tim Jones and my man Demetrius Barnett. They have taught me a saying many years ago, and they say it's always got to keep your I over E. Always keep your intelligence over your emotions, and that stuck with me years ago. And I teach my kids that, like, in those moments where you want to react a certain way, when you keep those emotions over your intelligence, those when the dumb decisions happen. Those when you go and get a gun and you go shoot up a place. Those when you go and try to harm somebody or put yourself in a situation where you acting off of your emotions versus what you know to be intellectual, this intelligent for you to do.
Yeah.
We have to be smarter about our decisions. We have to be smarter about who it affects. Right now, you heard me joke and laugh about, yo, I'm gonna say this, this, and this. But if somebody really did something and I really got to a point where I really tried to escalate it to something else, how does that affect my wife? How does that affect my kids? How does it affect you as my co-host and my man's, right? How does it affect my family? How does it affect my brand, my business, my company? Everything I got going on can be affected in one instance. You hear people tell stories that's in prison and jail. Man, 5 minutes cost me 10 years, 20 years.
I just saw something like that, bro.
You know what
Like
I'm
that's
saying?
funny you
And it's
mentioned that. I
like,
just saw
think
that.
about that. It's like that one split decision alters your life. And sometimes it's like that. I've been in situations where I wanted to react a certain way, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let it ride. Oh, or even we seen it in cinema, Boys in the Hood. Trey said, hey, let me out.
Let me out the
He
car,
knew
though.
this ain't really what I'm not really about this.
Yeah.
I'm acting off the emotions because this is my man's.
When his
My
intelligence
best
kicked in,
I was alone.
I got to get out the car.
This ain't me. But even that decision, you got to understand. Sometimes it's cool on TV. It's cool when people personify gangsters and these people that's really out here like that. But a lot of us, most of us, are not really built for that life of being in a cage 23 hours, 24 hours, whatever the case may be, not seeing your family, not having no friends, having to fight for your life, having to, be in a situation where you isolated. You're not really built for that. You're not really built for a lot of these things. So, yeah, on TV, they all look cool. On records, it all sounds amazing. When I'm working out, it sounds like I'll kill anybody in here. But I'm really not going to do that. It's great to have, that imagination and be able to have metaphors and things that come to life and make it sound real. But the reality of the situation is, for a lot of us, it's not the life that you want.
Yeah.
You ain't built like that, and you don't have anything to prove to someone that you're not that way.
Yeah.
I don't have to prove to you that I'm not gangster, I'm not thug, I ain't come from here. I don't have to. My wife lets me know I'm a king. My kids let me know you a king, you good. You don't have to prove nothing to anyone. Once you realize who you are within you, you don't need nobody else to say, yo, Irv, let me give you your flowers. I don't need your flowers. I'm good.
I'm good.
I get by every day. But I get
Right.
my family, my friends that really love me, that support what I do, that push me to be better. So you have to step outside of putting yourself in a realm that you can be told stuff by other people where you have to react on how other people do. Oh, well, because if I never told you that you was great in life, does that stop you from being great? Does that stop anything what you do?
Sure doesn't.
Are you gonna be like, man, we said never told me I did nothing good in life?
I'm
that
good
mean
either
your
way.
life is not good? Not at all. It doesn't mean anything at all. My opinion of you has nothing to do with your life and how you move. And once you understand that, you're not worried about nobody else, dog. You don't care about what nobody else got going on. I don't care if you live in a mansion that's 50,000 square feet. I don't care. It don't affect me and my household. I'm good.
Yeah.
We straight. We good. Once you start doing that, man, and stop looking for other people, but it's easy to follow the trends. Easy to keep up with the Joneses.
Follow that social media. You know what I mean?
Irv gonna do this. He got a 2003. I'm gonna get me a 2004 car. Oh, he got this house. I'm gonna get a house that got one more bedroom. It's easy to try to do that, but what are you really doing? Are you doing stuff that you really want to do? And that's what we have to ask ourselves. Do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Do I really want to post this video? Do I really want to go here to do this thing? Do I really want to go in the club just to say that I'm in here? Do I really want to hear smoking this hookah when I don't even smoke? Like, do I really want to do this? If you stop for a second and really ask yourself, is this really what I want to do? Is this really the life I want? I assure you, you'll get a rude awakening like, I don't.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't even feel like I gotta prove it to nobody that I don't want to do that.
This ain't what I want to do. I'm tired of fronting.
I don't like drinking. I don't like smoking. I don't like any of those things. I like sitting at home and watching murder mysteries. That's my thing. I like staying up watching Real Housewives. Whatever your thing is, be okay with what that is, man. Is my long answer of that. How ways we can make things better. Stop looking at other people to validate who you are, what you've done in life. Find that within you. Yeah. Who better than you can tell you what you're good at, what you can do? Once we do that, man, I think we will be a much better society. Ain't nobody looking at nobody. They be like, man, you see what Irv doing, man? That boy doing a good thing. Hey, I salute you, my brother. Keep doing it. You show me that it's possible. That's how it should be perceived. Not like, look at him. He got his little 5-6 bedroom house. He think he all that. Got a little yard with a fence. He think he all that. 2-car garage. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Got a little wife and kids. He think he who you think you, Cliff Huxtable?
Right.
Living my life. I ain't bothering nobody.
So is that your final thoughts? What you want to leave with the people?
And I didn't mean for it to be my final.
No, it's fine because that's where we were going. But I appreciate
things like that, man. It really just bothers me how affected and how involved people can be in others' lives, and it's not ours. It bothers me, man. It bothers me that people are so vested in other people. It's like you have so many more things that you could be doing with your life than to worrying about what Irv and his family doing. Why? Ain't it helping you in any way? Keep it moving. So that's all I got to say, man.
Listen, I appreciate you, man. And for my final thoughts today, man, I want to bring up something real quick. I know we talked about conflict and resolution, man, and different ways that it happens and how we resolve things. So for me, I've dealt with a situation for a couple of years, it's going on almost 3 years now, where with a really good friend of mine, God rest his soul, my brother Terrence Hayes, man. And so we had a conflict some years ago over something real small, right? And we pretty much stopped speaking for a little bit. Like, I'll get around to it. I'll hit him up whenever, and vice versa. We send little text messages, throughout the year, like, hey, happy Father's Day, whatever situation is, you know what I'm saying? Just something real small.
Yeah.
And, my wife woke me up about a week before Christmas and told me that he had passed away from a massive heart attack. And we hadn't spoken in months. And, when I tell you this was like my mentor, my older brother, he's the reason why I left Virginia, like just getting me out of different scenarios, putting me in the rooms with the right people to make that career move, man. And I never really dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? I've struggled with it for years. And you know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why Sunday touched me so much, because, a conflict that could have been resolved with I'm sorry, or acknowledging that, hey, I might have been wrong, or I might have said something that offended you, or vice versa, but I never said that. And I never got that opportunity to apologize. You know what I'm saying? So I live with that each and every day. So what I tell people, no problem is too big that you can't try to resolve it and talk it out. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to be in a scenario or a situation where you wish you could have said, I'm sorry, or you wish you could talk to that person ever again, because life is not promised to anybody. You know what I'm saying? We're here today. We could be gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So my final thoughts for the people out there, man, just, show some love, compassion. If you got conflicts with people, like my man Week said, man, talk it out. Stand on that. Let a person know that you have an issue, because 9 times out of 10, that person doesn't even know that you have a problem with them until they hear it from a third party.
Right.
That's a coward move. If you got an issue with somebody, bring it to that person. If you feel like you can't bring it to that person, get somebody else involved that has a common ground that, hey, I ain't got no race, no horse in the race, whatever, no skin in the game, all the little sayings, and talk it out because you don't want to deal with that. So I know I never got a chance to say it, you know what I'm saying, but I'm apologizing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Today I'm letting it go because once again, you know, I wish I had an opportunity to speak to my brother again. I wish I had an opportunity to say, hey, my bad, bro. I don't have the opportunity. And for the people out there that's listening, you don't want to be in that scenario. It's not a good place because you're in your thoughts, wishing what you could have done. So that's all I got. Love each other out here, people, man, to stop the violence. And if there's a conflict, pray on it, ask God, bring it to that person, and let it go, bro. That's all I got, man.
Respect. Bring it to the forefront.
Yeah, bring it to the square is what they used to say.
Hey, man. Y'all know before we get out here, we got to get into my absolute favorite part of the show to tell us why you mad.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad.
So you pimp.
It's on me. Oh, look, and how I'm gonna go from that ending to telling why you mad? But you know, I always got one because for whatever reason I'm always angry. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing, and I might have talked about it beforehand, but this is just I'm out and about over the weekend, and you know it's you know COVID is still alive. It's, you know, still out here with people, and I saw this. I'm in the grocery store. I'm not going to say which one. I'm in the grocery store picking up some minor things that I need for my diet, stuff like that, and I see these people. Right, they are in the produce section. No gloves, no nothing. I mean, you touching all over this, you're touching all over that, and then you proceed to put your hand in the bag and get some grapes out. Right now, I understand if you're gonna pick the bag up, put it in your cart, you intend to pay for it, okay? But I just watched the gentleman eat 10 grapes. I sat there and kind of said, ain't no way he gonna sit here and eat the grapes out of this bag and then leave them there. He sure did. He ate the grapes, left them on the counter, just left them there. So that's really, it really bothers me.
It was a sample.
No, it's not a sample because if you want a sample, you go to Sam's Club, okay? You're not in the grocery store to try the produce if you're not going to buy it. So here's what really made me upset because I'm like, man, how many times? Luckily, you know, my wife, she goes through an extensive cleaning process. I've never seen anybody clean fruit the way that she does. I'm thankful for it. But it got me upset because I'm like, how many times have I been in the store or I have purchased something in my younger years and people had their hands all on it, and all you do is run warm or cold water over the product and you think it's good? No. So I'm telling you right now, people, for all the kinfolk out there, if you are in the stores, if you don't intend on buying the produce, don't try it and leave it on the shelf. Just pick it up. Just pick it up and, you know what I'm saying, just buy it, take it home because clearly it must taste good to you. Take it home.
They had to see if they was gonna be sweet enough before.
No, dog. This is not a sign that says sample. Normally, the sample comes in the little white Dixie cups. Somebody, oh, try this cotton candy grape.
Right.
If no one told you to try this, if it's not in a Dixie cup, okay, or if there's not a big sign or somebody in the like with the little like the little hot dog stand, if somebody with a tray, hey, try this. Do not try the food in the store. I'm just going because if I see it, I'm gonna be a Karen. Hey, can I speak to the manager? Yeah, you right there.
I'm gonna report.
I'm gonna report you.
Report some theft over here.
That's how I'm gonna resolve that conflict. I'm gonna report you, okay? Because that's nasty. That's nasty out here, people. You know what I'm saying? Just stop doing it. That's all I got. That's to tell them why you mad for this week, man. Like if you're not buying the produce, leave it alone. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's it.
Hey, man.
That's it. That's it. Leave that produce alone, dog. I got mad all over again because I literally, and like I said, I might be a little petty. I watched him eat 10 grapes. I counted 1, 2. I'm thinking, like, okay, he got a little sample. Maybe he gonna stop. No, he went all the way to 10. He had a handful of grapes in the store and then left them on the shelf.
Y'all heard him, man. If you're out there going to the grocery store, make sure Irv don't see you.
Because I'm telling
you. Trying to see if your grapes are sweet or not.
Because I'm telling you.
You're going to have to just eyeball to work and see if it's really.
Listen, I'm telling you.
See how good your fruit judging skills.
I'm telling you. I'm tired of seeing it, man. I'm telling you. If you don't, listen, if it's not in your cart, I better not see you hand that bag because I'm telling. Okay? I'm going to follow you around the store. I'm going to tell. So That's it.
Hey, y'all heard about man. Don't be out here sampling grapes unless you playing nobody. Because Irv is dropping. He's dropping dimes.
I'm on my Charleston White. Yeah, homie. Yeah, I
I'm
saw
telling.
him. Yeah, right there. Yeah, he ate him right there. Yeah, homie. Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that.
Oh man, Irv say man, don't be out there sampling grapes, man. Great topic today, man.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
Irv said, seriously though, man. Before we leave, we definitely want to say conflict resolution. Emphasis on resolution. Try to resolve some things, as Irv said, man. Don't listen to this and just hear the jokes and laughs of it, but really hear for what it's worth. You may have someone that you, as Irv said, that you had issues with before, may had a problem with, or maybe just not speaking, and it's been so long you don't even remember why. Holler at them. See what's going on. See if y'all can mend or come to some common ground that y'all can get beyond that, man. Because as Irv said, life is short. A lot of people coulda, shoulda, woulda done a lot of things, and now those people are gone and never had the opportunity. You don't want to be on the other side of that.
It's not
So
a
if you
good
had the
place.
opportunity, yeah, definitely talk. Holler at your peoples, man. Try not to hold grudges. Speak your truth. Speak your truth in a respectable way. Be able to have conversation, have dialogue.
Yep.
Dialogue is amazing. Communication is amazing. So we challenge y'all out there, have real, open, honest dialogue without people getting offended. We assure you, if you do this, things will be much better. May not be perfect, but things can definitely be better. So we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. But please, my kinfolk, please remember, when I talk, you talk, we talk. That's that free talk right here in the People's Podcast.
Peace.
Next week. Peace.